Chick Smooth.
Get ready.
You know what to do, Chick.
I find him. You know, I like Chick Smooth. Chick Smooth is somebody I really enjoy listening to on YouTube because Chick just got an intellectual curiosity about things.
Oh boy, here we go, you guys. For the second straight week, Joe Budden is letting everybody know that he does not want to get involved in this Akademiks beef with Charlamagne. The fans have been asking Joe to break down this beef or at least give an informed opinion, especially because you're somebody that knows these guys and have actually worked with them. However, for some reason, Joe refuses to budge. On a brand new podcast, episode 938, Joe did his best Ray Charles impression and told everybody he does not want to discuss a beef between Charlamagne and Akademiks TV, aka George Wendt. As a matter of fact, Joe went as far as calling out Charlamagne for actually engaging in a war with a faceless person. Very similar to when Joe called out Jay-Z for responding to everybody that he dissed at the Roots picnic. Joe feels like Charlamagne's voice is way too big to be addressing George Wendt. Despite the direct connection to Akademiks, his name...
George Wendt is a Grand Wizard, if you don't know. He runs Akademiks TV, which is a Twitter page based on... It's an Akademiks-based Twitter page, but Akademiks' stamp of approval is allegedly on it.
His brand, Joe does not want to entertain it. Here's what he said.
On my off day and sit on the phone for 2 hours to talk about Akademiks and Charlamagne, even though Charlamagne is your friend. So did you call Charlamagne? Are we getting to the root of this thing or what? Because I called.
You said you didn't want to cover it, so I let it alone.
No, I said I don't want to cover it. I don't want to cover a Charlamagne versus George, Grand Wizard, whoever this loser nigga is that I don't fuck with. Hey, George, Grand, whatever your name is. The second you step foot on American soil, I'm calling the police.
Damn.
That don't hit as hard as what I wanted to say.
Damn.
I'm calling the cops on you. Fuck that nigga. But
as soon as he get off the plane...
Give us the breakdown, Joe.
This topic seems to be pretty hot.
It is.
The fans are on me for not talking about it. And yo, listen, I don't care about it, a lot of the shit that y'all care about.
Yeah, but you talk about all the stuff. Come on now, that's your job.
In the group chat, Mark tried to send me whatever old Skino had to say.
Yeah, we saw that.
Nigga, the Knicks just won the championship. Oskino, I don't listen to what you got to say on a regular Wednesday. I damn sure ain't about to do it on a Knicks championship run. Next week, we'll get into some of that. Who else? Somebody else been talking shit. But anyway, I called. Yeah, shout out to Oskino. But anyway, I called Ak up, and I said, all right, how real is you versus Charlamagne? Is it really happening now?
He said, I'm going to see him in the streets.
And you go online and say, if you call me telling me some shit and you don't tell me who it come from, I assume that you down with it.
Right.
I've seen him going on his podcast talking about it. Where does this stand? And Ak said to me the same thing that I told the JBTV fans he was going to say. Yo, I ain't got no beef with Charlamagne. I have zero beef with Charlamagne.
He's just talking. It's just for the internet. A lot of these dudes don't have beef. This is wrestling. I tell y'all every show. It's all phony. They just talking.
Man, what's going on is this dude, whoever George is, the Akademiks TV page, for Akademiks, that is his community. That's not just one person. That is his world of clippers, and it just happens to have a head clipper who runs his account, according to Ak. That has been like a fan-run page for quite some time. And that page, the George dude specifically, has something going on with Charlamagne, to whereas George thinks that Charlamagne is sicking private investigators on him and trying to dig into his life. He's saying he's walking out of the house and seeing strange people, and he puts that on.
And he know him because he in Australia and they big and black. He like, they not Aborigines. Who is the?
Charlamagne. And Charlamagne is saying this dude is and continues to post horrible things about me, and we're going to get to the bottom of this, because who is this faceless person that's from Australia that's named George that got this resume? And Charlamagne is on his podcast running it down. To me, even that sounds funny, because Charlamagne beefing with some fucking faceless nigga in Australia that runs a Clipper page looks nuts, but I'm not in his shoes.
Why look nuts? I don't agree with that.
Why does it look nuts?
Yeah.
Because he got to step down to get in the ring.
I don't agree with that.
Well, you gonna talk? Or you want me?
I'm about to go.
I think his voice is. I think his voice is too big. Like, if you feel like somebody is tweeting defamatory things, there are ways to go about that in the back channels and take care of it. But also, if Homeboy is right in these private eyes being from Charlamagne, then that means we're already doing things behind the scenes to try to rectify the situation. So there's no need to make a public spectacle. There's no need to take something light that's serious. Don't misrepresent it.
To a lot of these folks, though, especially the nameless ones who run around saying the craziest shit about people, the one place you get them is removing that faceless part. Now, if I show the world this is who you are,
in court,
well, to them, court of public opinion.
What's going to happen if the world knows in Australia that he's the head of Akademiks page? They probably don't even know who Akademiks is.
See, I think Charlamagne is too big for the court of public opinion gaze. That's my opinion.
But it's attached to Akademiks.
That's my opinion.
Akademiks is a big media page. It's attached to him.
True.
So it gets more light. Then it's not light. It gets more light because it's attached to Akademiks. So if that platform that's attached to you is saying something defamatory about me, and I know it's going to get a lot of views, I'm going to take it upon myself to find out who it is. I don't think Charlamagne is doing anything wrong. Well, I do agree with what you say. Maybe you shouldn't talk about it publicly, but fuck all that shit. Yeah, send niggas to his house and find out who he is and get the information.
And again, according to Act, he has told this page stand down on Charlamagne or speaking about his peers because he don't rock like that. But if the dude running the page feels like there are private eyes and other things happening in my life that he is attributing to Charlamagne, according to Act, it's tough for Act to then say, yo, all right, stand down. So Act feels like he's in a tough spot, in a vulnerable, compromised position. He says he wants to get on the phone and squash it with both of them because that shit is whack.
But he was just saying the other day that if Akademiks if Charlamagne is warning him and stuff, that he's his enemy. So does he want to squash it, or is Charlamagne your enemy?
This is not an Akademiks versus Charlamagne thing.
Okay.
This is Charlamagne versus the dude, the George, and he's caught in the middle of it. That is what I got from our 90 minutes, 2 hours of talking, and that's all the research I'm doing on it.
I think that's what the fans wanted. They wanted your take on it.
Investigative journalism.
Exactly. We nailed it.
Now, off top, if I was on the Joe Budden podcast, I would have stopped him right there and asked him, bro, why would you want to call the cops on George Wynn? Has he done something personal to you that's made you want to take it this far?
Maybe Joe just like calling the police.
This is now the second time that Joe Budden has issued a threat to Akademiks TV.
When I find that little motherfucker behind that Akademiks TV page, I got somebody that I'm going to send to talk to him.
If anyone out there has ever wished that payday came...
Okay, Chigs, with your face not matching your voice. Still not getting this, sorry. Blow. Sorry, Chigs.
In regards to Joe claiming Charlamagne shouldn't talk about it because his voice is too big, he's not on the Breakfast Club platform or on the radio or Netflix talking about George Wynn. He's talking about it on his podcast where these guys, him and Schultz, basically just kick it and talk about trending topics. And you got to think about it this way. If he doesn't talk about it at all on his platform, there's going to be a narrative from the fans claiming that he's ducking smoke from Akademiks.
Why does he care, though?
And also Akademiks TV. And from what it looks like, him talking about it on the podcast actually worked. He was able to get Akademiks to concede after waging war on him, and also Akademiks TV.
That's true. I just said that. Okay. Maybe that was the goal.
TV has stopped with the nasty Netflix smear campaign tweets. Now, it's one thing if Charlamagne is beefing and going at it with somebody on social media that nobody knows. They don't have a big platform. They don't have a big voice.
He really just lifting them up.
But if the nasty tweets and smear campaign is coming from a brand like Akademiks TV, so of course you have to address it publicly. And I fuck with Joe, but come on, brother. Calling Akademiks to ask him about something that he started, something that he's directly involved in, is like calling a guy that just committed a crime and asking him, hey man, the cops say the gun had your DNA on it, and they also got you on video fleeing the scene. Did you commit that crime? Did you shoot this man? Do you honestly think he's going to say, yeah, man, you're right, you got me. I shot him. I smoked his ass. No, brother, he's going to tell you,
I would never commit a crime. Golly gee, are you kidding me?
I don't know, y'all. Let me know what you think. Who's right in this situation? Joe Budden's Grand Wizard or DJ Akademiks? Because they all kind of got different angles. Anyway, next story. Mike check.